Hello, beautiful Geminis. It's been a while since I've said what's up. I hope everyone's doing great. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, Gemini, I'm going to do a reading to check in on your path to love and light. Okay, we'll see what's messy, what's magical, what's mystical for both your life and your soul's path and your relationships and all what your heart desires. Okay, so I guess not more than both, but either way, this is just a general reading. Keep that in mind. I'll do a 9-card spread. The bottom of the deck reading, our card will also impact the entire reading the whole time. So every card will play a role through this entire reading. All right, so the top row here is your spiritual path or spiritual messages. Need to know, let go, focus on, all that good stuff. We'll see what these cards say here in a minute for you. The second row is love, life, relationships, situationships. Okay, anything where heart, mind, emotions, passion, anything of that sort. We'll check in here with that. And then the last row, we're going to check in with what's ahead of you, what to expect. All right, what do we need to focus more on or less of towards looking into towards the future. Okay, bottom right deck is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this card will play, like I said, a role in everything that we're doing. This is going to be how you're entering the reading from the past into the present and how it plays throughout. All right, the next card I'm going to pull for you is going to be a Soul's Journey lesson card message. Okay, Soul's Journey lesson card message. Okay, and for that one we have guilt. So it says, I release any beliefs. Ooh, you don't want us to know about this. What's going on, Gemini? Huh? Don't feel bad because this is a soul lesson, okay? So you're releasing any beliefs that no longer assist in your soul's growth, all right? Let go of the guilt, let go of the burdens, let go of the guilt tripping that gets put upon you, all right? Don't feel guilty about what did not work out, or I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but the message is vibing that way, okay? So the lesson here during this reading is more about release and letting go. And if you want to feel guilty, fine, but this guilt is time to pack it up and process it and heal from it and move on, evolve, okay? So let's go ahead and check in with the rest of the reading for you. Starting with the Knight of Cups reversed. There's a sense of fulfillment here that's not being met. Maybe a lot of things are stuck in the fantasy phase or in the fantasy type of daydreaming. There's something here that's faltered. There's something like lacking judgment, lacking emotional clarity. Something here is feeling off from like the past into the present. I feel like um, there's like some things that have been chased or you're chasing or wanting that are kind of got lost in like the dreamy state of things and never materialized. Okay, so there's like a lot of ungrounded hopes, or somebody here could have put you in a place where you were hoping for things to happen but they were not based on foundations and truths and realities. Okay, so Gemini here, this is putting you in a place where like you might be feeling a little restless. All right, split between like what you need to kind of like allow yourself to stay in open and hopeful about, and getting yourself back into the reality on the things that you got to wake up and just kind of like face it kind of thing. Okay, so but you're aware of it, which is good. But it's just kind of right now in the reverse, it just feels like it's off. It's basically, it needs some sort of calibration. Okay, a lot of you here, there's just a sense of emotional drift, like something is lingering where clarity is needed, and without that clarity, somebody's like drifting apart, drifting away, walking away. Okay, kind of like, I mean, it's showing right up here with the Eight of Cups. Pisces energy. It feels like here there's some sort of a departure, but something's also stalling. Some of you in the spiritual sense, spiritual growth, awareness, or your journey, your soul's journey in general, I feel like some of you could be kind of hanging on to things that are familiar. But there could be also the fear of the unknown, of leaving and explore on your own. So something here could have recently ended. There could have been some sort of a change, a shift, transformation, or transition from one style of life into another, whether it's a separation, whether it's transferring for job, promote, so whatever it is, but it feels like something is being done or about to, and there's like a loan, but it feels like the fear is coming through, but it feels like it's like one of those two cups here. It's more within the heart and the feelings and the emotions of things. Okay. The confidence is a different story. This is more about like the vulnerability of things. All right. It's coming through very, very like bold in that sense. Okay. There's something that is holding you back. All right. And I feel like your soul here is yearning for growth beyond like the current. Like you want more, you want to see, you want to explore, you want to expand. Heart, feelings, love, emotions, transformation, spiritual, whatever it is, but there's an indecision. Something is holding you back. Something, maybe you're waiting on somebody to decide something. Maybe you have not fully decided which path exactly to take. Okay. But I feel like the universe here is urging you to choose a path, even if it's from within. So work on something, even if it's from like working within yourself and working with yourself. Doesn't have to be outward, doesn't have to be for somebody else or for something else. Okay. So the Queen of Wands, I like it. I like the energy. Sagittarius strong here. A lot of confidence. Okay. A lot of magnetic strength. The focus is strong. It's overpowering. And it's calling for you here to focus on your inner spark. All right. We talked about the journey from within here. Maybe it's a little fear, like, scared, worried, alone, change, whatever. But here we're looking at it in a sense where your spiritual self is coming through strongly and saying, the confidence is there. You gotta activate it. Okay. I also feel like there's a message here for you in terms of self-love, owning your own strength, owning your own awesomeness without apologizing for who and what you are. So that's going to be super important to hang on to. And I feel like because a lot of people want to take your shine. Okay. So the message here for you is like your growth is going to flow when you trust your own instincts. All right. And you let yourself shine, because somebody here, or there's energy, something's causing you to feel like maybe you're not as a shining star as you can be or should be or want to be. But that's the part of the journey itself. This is bringing you more to turn you back inward within yourself. Up here, it's really important that you kind of do not tune yourself out. Okay. The star energy here, well, first of all, with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups, I feel like the emotional pursuits here from the past have kept you stuck and not being able to decide. Okay. So that's kind of holding you back very, very boldly, and it's causing things to feel like maybe like a little kind of scattered, or maybe feeling like a little dull. But this card is saying, don't be dull. Activate the spark within you. It's there. Okay. So the star here is coming through, and it feels like this is a message more about healing, but I'll tap into it for the reading. This is an Aquarius energy, Gemini, but here we have, something where you feel again dimmed out. There's some sort of disconnection, self-doubt. Maybe you're losing faith. Maybe you're clouded judgment. Maybe somebody's clouding your judgment. Something here is clouding your vision to believe in yourself and to kind of take that leap on your, like gamble on yourself, because you can't go wrong. Okay. Really, really, this is asking you to release fear, and release the things that lack purpose in your path right now. Let go of the inner voice in you that's criticizing you or is causing you to feel like, dimming your light or holding you back. All right. Don't allow doubt or other energies to kind of interfere. I feel like your higher self here, you do best, Gemini, when you trust in yourself, because you're very strong-minded and you're very logical energy in general. So, do not despair. I don't know if you can hear the rain outside. It's beautiful. I deliberately have the door wide open. I actually hope you can hear it. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It smells great. Anyways, so with the star in the reverse and the knight in the reverse, it's, something here in terms of like emotional distancing, okay, or emotional separation from something here, or like the disconnection of it, like that you're going through, is feeding this doubt. Okay. So again, if you've recently changed something, separated from somebody, or something meaningful has changed its course for you, that distancing, that indecision of what to do next, and all those fears are coming from within. I feel like the universe wants you to know, hey, be nice to yourself. Okay. Be good out there for your own well-being. It's okay, we're acknowledging it, but you also have the strength and the power to don't let it marinate, ruminate, whatever you want to call it, right? So the King of Swords here in the reverse, second row. I feel like in the reverse, something here is misfiring when it comes to relationships or love or an important connection in your life. So it could be some sort of harsh words being exchanged or, manipulation taking place. Something is clouding your judgment. Somebody could be manipulating your emotions and thoughts and feelings here, okay? I feel like your love life has some sort of a strained energy. Some sort of communication has been off balance for you. And I feel like somebody here is trying to outsmart the other person or kind of push like manipulation. They kind of like take over, not because not through like what I mean, like not through truth, honesty, transparency, love, compassion. They're kind of doing it in a way where things are overpowering and dominating. Okay, that's not good. I feel like there's a sense of defensiveness here, and somebody else is dismissing somebody else's feelings. So you could be dealing with an energy here that's being very kind of stubborn or just hard to approach. It feels like you're the one that wants the connection or seeking the connection to kind of heal, grow, thrive, or whatever. But somebody's trying to like play up themselves here, and they're really coming through dumb. They're not coming through as impactful. I feel like this person needs you more than you need them, or this energy, but they kind of like reverse that psychologically for some of you. With the Knight of Cups in the reverse, this here is like what's happening, okay, because of all of this and how all this is playing out. It's making things feel a little tense unnecessarily, okay? But you're on the edge of transformation. You're on the edge of clarity here. So seeing the things for what they are clearly. So that's all kind of coming through some hardships, pains, or agony, but it's still working out here. The Three of Wands, okay, Aries energy, in terms of challenge or what shadow situations going on or what needs attention here, it's somebody's being impatient, okay? I feel like there's a rush here towards trying to get to what's next, okay, but without being grounded in the present. So it feels like somebody's looking too far ahead, or this could be the problem, or this could be the challenge, or this could be the reason why things are like mismatched right now. And that's causing strain, and it just feels like somebody here is resisting something as well, okay? So I feel like the sense of eagerness to fix or change or improve is there, but somebody's hesitant. It feels like somebody does not want to take the plunge. All right. So it's like you have a vision for something. There's potential for things between both of you or you and this person. But the timing and how things are going to happen are not on the same sheet of music. Okay. So it feels like some of you here, like the past fantasies with the Knight of Cups reversed, has pushed some sort of like, excitement and caused like some sort of haste. But the message here is saying to slow down. So it's like, some of you, again, that's why this whole journey of like being alone or taking, don't be afraid if you're alone because you have what it takes to thrive. It's just I feel like somebody's toying with your emotions here, okay? The Knight of Wands in the reverse. All right. So with this Knight of Wands, I feel like right now something is not feeling as steady as it should be. And it feels like whatever may have felt like it was a soulmate path or a soulmate experience or some sort of a spark is being misfired. It's going in a different direction right now, okay? Something is just not playing anymore. And it just feels like whatever like good things were there, they're not being nurtured anymore. It feels like you're around somebody that is fake. And somebody here is kind of like I don't know if it's anxiety or feeling restless about something, but there's a sense of overwhelming burdens taking place here. It does feel like maybe the issue here is commitment. Okay, it feels like somebody wants something more meaningful, but the other person wants like something light, nothing as meaningful or as strong as they may have kind of played out while fantasizing about things in the beginning, and they didn't necessarily want to see things through, okay? So it does feel like there's some sort of a drift here taking place, all right? And something is just like scattered, mismatched. Look, we have like manipulation, behaviors that are very kind of like mean and hurtful. We have the Two of Wands is in the back, the One of Wands is ahead, looking ahead, wanting change. And here we have the Knight going in the opposite, other direction in the reverse. And by the way, all these here are in the reverse too. So it's like all these are in the reverse. The pillars here that you are like banking on or hoping for are going to have to come from like within for your own like your strength, empowerment, transformation. I feel like the message here strongly is kind of not to allow people to keep you, to make you feel like restless, okay? Because somebody is definitely pulling back, and nothing solid has taken place like in a while. So it feels like the real challenge here is like a balance of like what you really want, and also making sure that you stay within the realities that work for you. So like don't get entrenched or stuck in other people's dreams and fantasies, because I feel like one of the biggest ways to explain stuff like that is each individual has their own pot of everything. So if somebody's giving you an idea or like a scoop out of the pot, they still have their pot and everything else. So the idea of like dreaming, expanding things, those are there, but it always comes back to the individual and how they want to envision it and how they want to do it for themselves. And that's why it's, I feel like there's an energy here that's like feeling like, I don't want to say things are moving too fast, but they're like not necessarily wanting to vibe anymore for some reason. I don't know why. Like it's not, I mean, there's a queen here in essence. There's a strength in the star, even though it's in reverse. And there's emotions being played with. So I really honestly feel like somebody is wasting your time. All right, well, let's see what's ahead here. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse, Death in the center. All right, so here we're looking at a sense of transformation overall. I feel like there's a pause here in relationships or in things that are passionate for you. Something here may have ended, or something is dying out or drying out, I guess, if you will. But it's pushing you towards the realities of the truth in a very, very, very meaningful, deep way, where it's waking you up. All right. So here you're like, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So all that BS here, maybe you feel like a little kind of like guilty, or like maybe you've done things, for others or for this energy, and you haven't done enough for yourself, or maybe you've taken attention from people that are matter to you for somebody that didn't know. Whatever it is that's going on, we're releasing all of that here. We're not playing anymore. I mean, the Ace of Wands in the reverse, honestly, I feel like there's something that's blocked. There's a blocked passion. There's a lot of hesitation, and something has lost momentum. Okay, so I feel like your lesson here is to remain persistent in learning how to rekindle your fire despite the setbacks. All right, like I said, someone's trying to take your light. No, be persistent. Don't allow it to happen. Whatever setbacks are happening, whatever something sets back, there's always going to be a bounce back. Always. Okay, there's always going to be a bounce back. It's a matter of when. And I mean, all that's a whole different story that the tarot cards are not going to explain. But with setbacks, there will be bounce backs. Okay. Now, whether it's in love or within you in your spiritual journey. Okay. The Knight of Wands itself here in the reverse is just talking about energetically, we need to focus. We need to focus back on the things that we care about, we're passionate about, the things that matter to us: life, change, transformation, business, whatever we're passionate and whatever's important. We need to get back on that focus and seek it for ourselves, or give it to ourselves, okay? Because we deserve it. The Death card here is a Scorpio energy. I feel like for a lot of you here, the transformation is very inevitable. Something is changing within you. There's a lot of, again, change, endings. Some things are ending because there's transformation. When transformations happen, endings that sometimes we don't want are going to happen, and beginnings that we don't want are going to happen. But that's, I feel like, don't worry and fear walking into something new or different. Your spiritual self here is telling you that sure, there's the unknown out there and we're not sure, but you are walking away from things that are no longer good for you. Your spiritual card is starting off by saying we're going to walk away from things that are not emotionally fulfilling us anymore. And the transformation here is coming through because of that, okay? Great card. I feel like it's time to embrace your changes, okay, and release, let go of old things, old patterns, romantic or not, that no longer serve you, and work on nurturing yourself, okay? Also, there's opportunities for new connections to form because of the transformation and the endings, even though they're not going to come in any form of offer anytime soon from somebody or somebody you might want it to be from. These things are happening for your own soul's journey right now. So primarily this reading is saying, hey, maybe some pauses here where it comes, where things are painful. Those are all necessary for you for this transformation to thrive, okay? So the Ace of Cups here, again, it's in the reverse. I feel like this is talking about, if the feelings that are feeling suppressed, or emotional flow, the blockages and things. This is more about taking a step back for you and reconnecting with your own self, with your own heart, love yourself. And also it might be time to open up to somebody that, you know, that can be trusted. Okay, so somebody could be here for you that you may not feel comfortable opening up to or around you, but there could be a necessary unblock here that's going to be coming through for you with this energy as well. So the kind of things that, so we can see things through. I feel like the biggest message here, with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups both in the reverse, it's really about the patience, because your next phase, your future is being shaped as things are happening. All right, so this is more of a reinforcement that we need to kind of let the emotional past things in the past to separate from that. All right, so that we can be more grounded, so we can move forward. We're not going to be stalled, and we're not going to care about somebody. If somebody's going to walk away from us and they're going to be a problem, we have a forward plan for ourselves just as much. You know, that's what the cards are showing for you, Gemini. So I feel like the biggest thing here is less about you know, forcing somebody to see things that they don't want to see no more, and it's more about guiding yourself through the light and getting yourself in a place where, you know, things are more clear for you, so that you're able to kind of put down new roots. Okay, and I feel like things here, like there's an opportunity for like a new life, literally like a whole change of life coming through for you, that's going to be emerging. It's going to be very steady. It's going to be very it's going to be simple to the level of simplicity that it's going to be great for your mind, your body, your soul. All right, somebody here has just been eating at your thoughts way too much, and I just feel like they're not deserving of any of it. However, in the way I'm saying it, it's more like it's time to pack it up already, because you've done, you can't please some people. You just can't. Some people you can't please them. You can't please them. All right, so let's pull a final card for you to close out this reading. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, Gemini. I appreciate you all so much. All right, so we have Dragonfly is your card. If you want to type that in the comments, feel free to do so. Lets me know you stayed with me until the end. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't. If you like these readings, we'd love to have you come back. Hit the notification bell. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, okay? But your word is adaptability, okay? So yeah, you're gonna have to adapt, but the adaptability is ready for you. I feel like it's just like maybe you adapting and changing and transforming is going to give you that finality for yourself, that closure that you're not ready to completely close from, because there's healing taking place. So we have the dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. Look at that. Look at that. It is reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life. In order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential, approach things lightly. Don't be hard on yourself, sweethearts. Okay, love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.